Welcome to the Vale, a rare bastion of civilization in a world recuperating after a terrible, centuries-long war. Though the battles ended 200 years ago, the land still recovers from this period of tumultuous strife and slavery. Join now the defenders of the Vale as they navigate a world riddled with opportunity and tragedy, all the while seeking glory, gold, and adventure.
We are at the end, and just to kind of give a recap, you guys have collected the Triforce, right? You've gotten that back. You've given it to Abel, and now you guys are kind of trying to figure out what's the next plan. Abel said he's going to need time, just to give a rough whatever. He's going to need some time to get everything prepared. So at this point in time, you guys just really, his hope for you is that you won't get yourselves killed somewhere. But other than that, do whatever it is you got to do to keep everybody happy and alive and whatever. You guys find yourself in the humble beginning. We'll go ahead and time reset it to breakfast. You guys are coming up and eating breakfast. Everybody's had a full rest in case you haven't had a rest. Go!
Scandal looks very not best pleased about the circumstance. He's just sitting there munching. I don't know. What do you eat for breakfast in the oats? He's eating oats.
Is that what you're saying out loud? Is that what you say?
Yeah, he narrates his morning. No, he's just sat there chewing oats. I guess he's a horse now or something.
There's a door behind the bar. Hey, you now you know I cook many meals from across the lands. I have oats, I have oatmeal, I have grits. It's really a tough one. I've got wet sawdust, bacon, eggs. I can make a nice omelet.
Yes, well, pardon me, but I fear if you give me something with too much flavor, it might go the wrong direction.
It all goes in one and out the other, unless you're backwards. Unless you just got somebody shoving it up there for you to put out later.
Quite. I'm going to finish my oats in peace. And he just sort of picks his bowl up and moves to the corner of the room and sulks.
Give me
For what it's worth, Robbie John loves the chef's cooking.
Give me a perception check.
Ugly. You did. A 30. I didn't realize I had such good perception. I guess expertise will do that. Holy cow. Well, good job, past me, for putting expertise and perception. That sounds useful.
Alright, so you see the top of a little gnome hat, like a little gnome-sized guy going back into the kitchen, and he's carrying plates of food that can only be described as the best damn thing you've ever seen in and out.
I try and follow where it's going, just peeking around.
Hey, you can't insult my sawdustos and then go back into my kitchen. Mallory, is Rabbi Jan in the? Are you getting breakfast?
I would imagine so, yes.
Okay, in just a few moments, you see the gnome that Abel left you to make you breakfast all the time come bounding out of the kitchen and just filling your table with more food than you can consume. And it's every type of breakfast. If you can name a breakfast food, it's going to be on that table somewhere. Ma'am, I don't know what you would like, so I've just made you a little bit of everything I know how.
Robbie John likes that.
Please be happy with me.
Robbie John is thrilled.
And as he's walking by, he makes his way as he's dropping off food, as he brings a little bit of some pieces of food that didn't fit on the table and drops them off to you, because you Scandal, and goes, Don't eat the sawdustos.
I look between the basically comparable scraps of what I have to the meal that Rabbi John has, and I says, yes, well, I suppose you must be a priest of Freya to get a meal so divine. And I just sort of chew on whatever he's had, a little bit of bacon or whatever.
So you eat the scraps from the gnome?
Yeah, the gnome scraps.
Alright, so when you have your healthy round of gnome scraps, you in your life have never had anything that's tasted this good. Every different bite of food is now your new favorite type of food, based off how delicious they are.
He just starts stuffing his mouth with what little he's been given.
You get a full plate, but just to put it in perspective, it's a full plate of a bunch of little things. Like he plates everything, so he cooks whatever, plates it, and there's some leftovers, and he's giving you those. It's like when you get a milkshake and they've got that little metal container full of the extra milkshake that won't fill in the glass, and then they set that metal container so you feel like you're getting a milkshake refill. You got the milkshake refill.
Excellent. Okay, when he starts eating it, he's like generally sort of like disinterested, and then he takes one bite, eyes go wide, and just starts stuffing his face full of this amazing.
So as you see Scandal, I almost called you Scandal.
Could you need me to change my name?
No, you're keeping the name, and I'm going to learn how to say names like an adult. As you see Scandal eating it, he starts off very blasé with the food on his plate, and then he starts to look like a kid from the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from the moment he lets him out into the candy platform with all the candy everywhere.
It's Augustus Gloop. Okay, I'm Augustus Gloop.
Shoving chocolate milk in his face, just with scoops of hand. He's not drinking out of the straw they gave him. A few moments later, you guys see Brock come down. Breck come down.
Brock.
Yeah. Brock, he comes down. He's like, "Sup, bros? You guys ready to get some women's?" You see Breck come down, and he comes down, and it's actually wouldn't be too far from a Brock. He comes down, and he's in a house robe that is not fashioned, a almost Speedo-looking pair of underwear, and fuzzy bunny house slippers. And he comes plopping down. He sits down and he goes, "Ah, shit. Hey, you guys, I need some coffee, and I could use more coffee." And he kind of crawls up into a bar stool and leans against the counter as the dwarf gives him some coffee and he starts to slug it down.
Looks like you had a rough night with Ren.
Ren was busy with that alchemist lady. I've been here in town all day. Hey, did you guys get your packages from Abel?
I didn't get a package from Abel.
I avoid most everything signed by Abel.
Now, y'all are gonna want to open this one.
There's more than just breakfast?
He did him a favor, so he sent you guys a couple of rewards.
Papa John is very interested in these rewards.
Do I get a new bedroom too?
You can spend your reward on whatever you want, sleepy guy. Don't you just sleep like in a dirt hole with some rocks? What do you need a bedroom for?
Hers look pretty.
Robbie John paid dearly for that new room.
So, Brack goes, "Hold on," and he kind of, he's not facing you, so it looks like he's rummaging in his Speedo, and then he pulls out, and he's, "Oh, crap, here you go," and he gives everybody an envelope, and it's addressed, it's got your name on it. It says to, for example, Rabbi Jan from Abel. Rabbi Jan's, though, has little hearts above any eyes or anything on them. You guys noticed that's the difference. What are you guys doing with your envelopes? Your Speedo Breck envelopes?
I'm gonna go ahead and open mine.
I'm assuming Scandal doesn't actually have one, considering
You've got
didn't.
one, hush up.
Oh, is it addressed to Basil? It's like it says Basil on it, but then it's been scribbled out and it says Scandal. Yeah.
Felt wrong.
Yeah.
He may have even written it with his left hand because he didn't care.
You had one of the emotionless golems make it.
The two Groks are gonna fight over who gets to open it.
Oh, make an opposed athletics check.
I'll pose with myself.
Yeah. You can just click one of yours twice because your stats are identical, right?
Yeah.
True.
Alright, this is primary Grok.
Yeah.
Okay, so secondary for the listener, the reason why I have my draft is when I said this is for primary Grok, I rolled a natural 1 for a total of 3.
Ow.
And then everyone started laughing. But because he said do the opposed roll, I went ahead and finished up the opposed roll. And the simulacrum got a 22, a natural 20.
And it was at this moment I realized tonight was going to be legendary. So here you go. Brack comes up and reaches out of his briefs and hands Grok a note. At which point in time, Simulacrum Grok, whose name is also Grok, looks at it and goes, "Nah, I think that might be for me." Grok goes, "No, it's obviously got my name on it." To which point in time, Simulacrum Grok pokes Grok in the eyes, grabs the note, and whoop, into his shell as he hits the ground. So Simulacrum Grok, you're going to open that thing up while you're inside your shell?
Yeah.
You see it is it looks like a gift card. and it says worth 1 surprise reward and 1 item from Abel's Emporium.
And while he's in there reading it, the main Grok is going to be kicking the simulacrum shell trying to get in.
It's going to be canon. Grok's going to kill a simulacrum just so he can get his reward. That's great. Anybody who opens their letter also sees it's 1 random surprise and 1 item or one value trade to Abel's Emporium.
What do I need with a piece of paper? Anybody want this?
I'll take it.
Robbie John will take
That
it.
asshole.
Brack goes, you
so
can't
mad.
trade these they're somehow linked to your being.
What
Boo.
am I gonna do with paper?
Take
You're
it to
gonna
the damn Emporium.
Didn't I explain to you that paper beats rock?
No.
The last time I made a value trade with Abel, I ended up with a job, so I'm not too excited about this.
Just do your thing.
It's better than being unemployed.
So,
It depends on the work, my friend.
Brack will look at you guys and go, do you want to go to the Emporium?
Robbie John does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I shovel the rest of the food on my plate into my mouth and I go, uh-huh.
I'll just move you guys here because it's there. But instead of Abel there's going to be just a little, like, it looks like a card folding table. But you see just you don't know what race this thing is. It's tall. It's like 6.5, 7 foot tall. It's got very light blue skin. It's very skinny. It's wearing almost a white toga held together at the waist by a belt. His eyes are just like, they look like you're looking into outer space. It looks like just galaxies in his eyes. And he goes, welcome to Abel's Emporium. I'm here to vendor you all the things that you could ever hope for. And he sounds just that disinterested in doing what he's supposed to do.
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you.
Are you throwing up?
But I would assume that's how one pronounces a name that you would likely possess.
My name's Frank.
Oh, right, yes, of course, as I remembered. As we have likely had this conversation before.
Who's first? Not that guy. Somebody give me a break from him. Who would like to come up first?
Lord, it's been a few seconds and he already needs a break.
Robbie John's gonna rush forward and like jump up and down, waving her hand.
Oh, it's the favorite. Okay, so you have a ticket there for me. May I please see your ticket?
Yes, and she hands it over.
You hand it to him and it's perforated, so he tears it down the half. He tears it down the middle. He hands one back to you.
It's okay. This one is for a mount.
And I need you to give me a D15 roll.
I rolled a 4.
Wow, that's sad.
Yes.
Okay, he hands you a small bag.
This is just a bag of holding with an amount of gold in there.
And he puts it in front of you and he slides a piece of paper like you're making an offer on a car deal or something for you to take a look at. And if you want, I will just announce how much gold's in there, or you can look at it, and you can ask me and I'll whisper it to you. It's whatever you want.
Robbie John will take the whisper.
Okay. And then the other one is
You can trade the other one directly for an item.
but to get that item, I'm going to need you to make a roll, and you want to not mess up. This one's a D6.
So I get the gold and the item?
Unless you don't want the item, I mean, I can move on to somebody else. You got a 2.
Yeah.
Now I need a D16.
Okay.
Yeah, this is old school D&D. You're rolling on your loot charts.
Ooh, that one's a 12.
It's not so on these charts. It's not. I don't think the higher the number matters. Although you just got you got adamantine plate armor.
Ho-ho!
Robbie John can use that.
Could no longer be crit.
Oh, Robbie John loves that.
So it's like regular plate armor, except for its properties. You cannot be crit. And with that, he goes, "Man,
Our transaction has been complete, please. Somebody else come forward to the table to collect your prize at Abel's Emporium."
Robbie John is going to skip away happily.
Cornelius
Cornelius, I have heard of you.
He'll do the same thing. He'll hold his hand out and wait for you to place your ticket into it.
Which I do.
And then he takes your ticket. He rips it down the middle along the perforated lines, which you did not see until he touched it. Hands you back one ticket. Which, by the way, sorry, Rabbit Jan, when you basically the roll in, I forgot to narrate that. What you do basically is you take your other ticket, you put your arm inside of a hole in the desk, in the table, and you pull that armor out. Right? And it doesn't fit in the hole, but somehow when you pull it out, it just makes sense. Fidelius, go ahead and give me a D15 roll.
That's a 1.
Wow. He slides you a small bag of holding it's got a piece of paper attached to it with an amount of gold in it that I just whispered you.
All right.
And then he waits for you to reach into the hole with your other ticket.
And I do.
Go ahead and roll a D6 for me. I've got a 4, and then we're going to roll a D16.
9.
You pull out a... It looks like a case of beer.
I thank him and take my case of beer and
The
walk
case...
off the side.
So the case of beer, it's 24 supreme healing potions.
Dang.
Those are 10d4 plus 20. And then when you do that, of course, when you pull your hand out, you pull up that case of beer, and it's just in little tin cans. For some reason, that's how the healing potions are done. And when you pull your hand out, the token the paper had turned into that case, so you've got it up by its handle.
Alrighty.
All right.
He says, "Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed your experience here at Abel's Emporium." And then he'll look and he'll go, "Oh, the bear man is next."
Yes, hello.
As you're walking away, he goes,
Please, Fernilius, remember my name is Frank. I'm looking forward to when I meet you in your future.
I look forward to that also.
It'll be great. It'll be the first time I meet you and the second time you meet me. It's just, we live different lives. Mr. Bearman, the Bearman, unbearably Bearman.
Hello, Frank.
Welcome to Abel's Emporium. May I have your ticket, please?
Here you are.
all right, go ahead and give me the D15. Ooh, look at and he pulls up, it's got your name, and he slides you a bag across the table, a little bag of holding, and I've whispered you the amount, which is on a little note in front of that. And then he motions to the hole for you to reach your hand in with your ticket, and go ahead and give me a D6 roll. Perfect. And then go ahead and give me a D14. And give me another D14. And I apologize, I didn't let him announce it, but he got a 5 and an 8 as results of his D14. Oh, you pull out a little stone, and it's got a note on it letting you know that this is an ion stone of greater absorption. Good roll.
Thank you for choosing Abel's Emporium.
You basically have a counterspell stone floating around your head.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm going to be like, I cast Disintegrate, and you're like, nah, bro. I think that's going to leave Scandal next.
He saunters up.
All right, give me a D15 as he goes.
Welcome to frickin' Abel's Emporium, you.
I got a 1.
Okay, good. And Scandal, give me a insight check.
Okie dokie. 25.
As he slides,
Oh, God! Sorry, I was going to whisper it from Ricky.
as he slides a bag of holding with a gold in it. You've worked with this guy before in your past. You know him. You know Frank on a first-name basis. That's why he was so offended that you jacked his name up like that. And you guys have never really liked each other, where you are loud and obnoxious and flashy. He's quiet and reserved and likes to read a book on a porch in the rain, while you like to throw lightning at people. Like, it's just a different lifestyle choices.
I mean, honestly, who can disagree with Frank? You know, let's be real here.
Go ahead and give me a D6 as you reach into the hole with your magic item ticket.
3.
And now I need a D17.
7.
You reach in and you pull out a quiver of 20 arrows, and they are shadow arrows.
Oh, for me. You shouldn't have. Really, you shouldn't have. I look back at the rest of the party, quickly eye them over, and then sort of decide, probably the most likely one to use a bow. And I just sling it over my shoulder. Thank you, Frank. Always exemplary work. I'll have to go buy a bow.
All right, and that's going to bring us to Onyx, and he goes,
Now you Stone Man, I'm interested in you. Welcome to the Emporium.
Thanks, Frank the Tank.
Have we met? Did I go to college with you?
No.
So he slides, he tears your ticket, slides you the appropriate small bag of holding with the amount of gold I just whispered you, And then he hands you back the item ticket and asks you to go ahead and reach in, which requires that D6 roll first.
Glad to be getting rid of this piece of paper.
What did you get for your roll?
A 5.
I just keep asking that because A, we gotta transcribe it. B, this is the one. This is better than Scanlan. Damn it! I'm getting arrows.
What's
Give me a D13,
2,
and then give me 2 more of those.
5, and 11.
You. Oh God, this is the one I didn't want you to get, but I'm very happy you did. You pull out 3 scroll cases. Go ahead and make a note that you've got them. They're labeled. One is a scroll of protection fiends. One is a bestow curse spell scroll, and then one is a spider climb spell scroll.
Okay, I told you I was giving you a piece of paper and I was glad. Why did I get more paper?
The whole nose.
I'm sorry, that makes me laugh so much. And he thanks you. He looks at Grok, but does Grok have you managed to get your stuff back?
It's a simulacrum. He's gonna do it.
Right. So the simulacrum comes up, and he tries to hand Frank the scroll, or the ticket, right?
Yeah.
So Frank will take it, and he'll go to tear it, and the perforation won't work, and he goes,
I'm sorry. Are you not actually Grok, the Dragon Turtleborn?
I am Grok the Dragon Turtleborn. And then the main Grok in the background goes, no, I'm Grok the Dragon Turtleborn. I made you. And they start arguing over who made who.
who made who?
That is exactly the sort of family that I would expect Abel to fraternize with.
So he's trying to turn. He goes, I'm sorry, I think you might be a simulacrum. Here, and he holds the paper back out. I need this from the actual Grok.
So he goes and takes it to the other Grok. He goes, he said I'm some kind of simulacrum. Here, you take it and you try it. And then the main Grok will go, okay, I'll give it a try, but he might say the same thing about me.
And when you hand it to him, the perforation appears and he tears it. Give me that D15 roll. Ooh, somebody rolled high here. And he slides a little bit bigger of a bag of holding to you, but not much, with a note and that amount of gold in it. And then he says, the hole knows, and waves his hand to the hole. And do you reach in?
I do reach in.
Give me that D6, so D6 roll, Sucka.
I got a 3.
This is the one I wanted Grok to get. Go ahead and give me a D14, Onyx to get. Give me a D14.
I got a 7.
You reach in and you pull out what appears to be a longsword hilt. As you grasp the hilt, you get a little bit of inspiration to will a blade to appear, and a blade of pure radiance springs into existence. So you have a sunblade.
Ariel, Wookla, ride.
So
Grok's gonna look at it.
It emits bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for another 15 foot. It is sunlight, which that's important for undead later. But while it persists, you can use your action to expand or reduce the radius of bright and dim light by 5 foot each, up to a maximum of 30 foot or a minimum of 10 foot. And it is a +2 weapon.
Grok's gonna look at it and go, I think the hole knows that me and Onyx need to make a trade.
Do you and Onyx want to trade?
It's a smart hole?
It's just trying to arrange us to have a conversation. What'd you get on your paper?
Paper.
I got this metal thing. I don't know what to do with it.
Well, you get somebody to put a blade on it, and then you swing it around.
Well, with the paper, you read what's written on it.
Read?
Why don't you give me the paper, and I'll give you the sword.
Okay.
Now with that, as you guys are doing that, the Frank goes, now,
You guys are kind of Abel's buddies, right? You guys are friends with Abel. Would you say that? You're friends with Abel?
Scandal is shaking his head.
Some of us are.
which way are you
Parmesan.
shaking your head, Scandal?
Left to right, he shakes his head and he goes, no, worse.
Nobody's your friend.
He rolls his eyes.
Well, the whiskey begs to differ.
And we all know Rabijan is his favorite person ever.
Well,
I don't recall getting hearts on my letter, Rabijan, so...
Rabijan is just Rabijan, and everybody else is jealous, so...
If there's another item, if you're unhappy with what you received, We will take it from you for the value it would be sold and give you a discount on another item of your choice.
Unless anyone wants my sticks of dark magic, I think I'll hand them back in, thanks.
Scandal is so sassy.
His name is Scandal.
You're not wrong.
All right, so you're going to turn yours back in?
I will indeed.
All right, you had the ammunition.
Yes, I had the 20 shadow arrows, which were +2, and shadowy.
What do we do if we're unhappy with the gold that we got? Will you exchange that for something?
Frank kind of looks at you and goes,
Well, is it more gold than you had before, buddy?
But I would rather have a book.
Yeah, you can spend the gold here. That's what's going on now. But hold on.
so you will get, I'll whisper you.
Look at it. Oh my.
So you're willingly giving him gold for a bunch of paper?
Yes.
Did you get that whisper?
Yes.
Do you accept that?
Yes. Normally he would question it, but because it's Frank, he can't be bothered getting into another argument with Frank, so sure. He would bother with anyone else.
Is there anything that you want? I can see if we have it.
From you? Anything that I want from you?
Yeah, magical items, goods, magazines, maybe a breath mint.
Actually, I mean, you did have a big breakfast of breath mint, like.
He slides a Paltoid across the table to you.
I just. Good.
Looks like a little chalk tablet, strong minty flavor. Your breath feels fantastic.
Oh, do you have anything cool in magic?
I have access to my master's treasury. Is there an item in particular you like? Would you need a moment to think about it?
Maybe, yes. I don't know what sort of things you've got.
Step aside and think.
Okay, all right.
Who else would like to make an exchange? He says as he reaches his massive wingspan over and kind of pushes Scandal to the left, making way for anybody besides him. And Scandal, give me an insight check as you do that.
11. Realizing now I should have taken expertise and insight.
You feel like Frank may regard you as his only friend in life.
Oh, no. Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Now you know.
All I can feel is pity.
So who else is unhappy with their item and would like to make negotiations for other stuff? Did everybody add 2 potions of supreme healing to their character sheets? Cornelius is hooking y'all up.
Thank you for Cornelius.
I shall do that now.
There's a lot of healing.
I forgot.
All right. Anybody else want to trade their item back? Everybody happy with their item? I'm gonna close the return option in like the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Frank takes his hats off and he puts another hat on and he goes, "Welcome to
Abel's other emporium of good transactions. The resistance needs to find its funding somewhere. You need stuff, we need gold. How can we help you?"
You just gave us a bunch of gold and now we're gonna give it back, and you think that's solving your problem?
Hey, that's how capitalism works, buddy. Move it up or get out of here.
That is Economy 101.
What do you got for sale?
What do you want?
Not paper.
I have lots of not paper. Be more specific.
Do you happen to have any monks? Perhaps of the herbal variety?
You looking for like a garlic monk?
No.
got a monk named Garlic.
No. I was thinking more of a
I've got a paprika monk.
ridiculous, Frank.
Right, I got cinnamon the monk. She's a looker.
Is cinnamon even a herb? I don't cook enough for this.
I got a plantain nut monk. You want a plantain monk?
Do I look like the sort of man that wants a plantain monk? Come on, you're being ridiculous now, Frank. I only want serious answers.
These you asked for if I'm trading in goods. I have people. Do you want people or what?
Okay, well that's a door that I do not wish to open, but I realize it was there because obviously this is tied back to Abel. So how about we close that door and instead we open the door?
All right. I got a chive monk. Do you want a chive monk?
I don't want to chive. Forget I asked about
rosemary. Would you like a rosemary monk?
If I wanted a rosemary monk, it was not be you that I'd be coming to.
It seems like we're running out of. Do you want a time monk?
A time monk. That was actually a very good one, Frank. Were this a children's play party? However, this is business time.
Would you like a mistletoe monk? You looking to trap somebody in love, huh?
I would like maybe a way out of this conversation. Do you have any of those?
That's more gold than you're worth.
But not more than I'm willing to pay.
How about a lemon ball monk for the fancy?
What is a lemon ball? Isn't that just a lemon? Sometimes I think you're speaking in a tongue I don't recognize.
I'd be English.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Listen, Frank, forget about the monk. I want instruments, something magical and that can play a wonderful little ditty.
Name of an instrument you're looking. Does anybody else actually have the identity of an item that they want?
Grok raises his hand.
What? What do you want?
I want a golem.
I guess we're opening the people door up again.
Ricky, are you gonna need to come back to me?
I'm gonna have to do some googly searches.
Oh, we're fresh out of golems, but we've got plenty of Andy circuses.
Nobody touch a hit point. Nobody touch a spell slot, or I will delete you.
While Ricky looks stuff up, this seems like a good time to take a second and thank you guys for listening to the show. As you know, you can find us on multiple platforms such as Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, I think we're on iHeartRadio, and lots of places. And be sure to leave us a rating and review where you do listen to podcasts. It would help us immensely. It helps other people find the show and get the word out. Word of mouth is really the best advertisement that we can do right now, so we greatly appreciate it. Alright, Guildies. I think I've talked your ears off enough here, so let's get back to Abel's Emporium!
He goes, all right, what kind of golem are you looking for?
Well, how much would it be for an iron golem? Let's swing for the fences first.
120,000 gold.
We, sir, have a deal.
And it will take 40 days.
That's a really long time.
Really? That's a really long time for an iron golem?
Fair enough.
Don't be a scandal.
Don't.
That's what I was saying, Onyx. After the campaign's over, I'm gonna get my golem.
No, I don't think you guys know how I work. All right, so make sure you take the 120k out.
And I give him his bloated bag of holding back.
And he tosses it in the hole, and he gives you a ticket. It's like if you've ever been to a club where they check your coats. It's one of those.
Okay.
When it's ready, they'll find you.
That sounds good to me.
Anybody else looking to spend money in Abel's Emporium of Awesome?
Yeah, how much for a fire giant belt?
A fire giant belt.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and give me a D10 roll.
6.
He pulls out a pair of glasses and he goes through. He's looking at lists of things. Fire giant, storm giant, hill giant, frost giant, cloud giant, fire giant belt. Yes, I have one in stock, slightly used. You've got to clean your butt off yourself.
Why? Has flavor.
Oh, because I don't want to. It will cost you 65,000 gold.
How about a frost giant belt?
What are you looking to spend?
My money.
How much of your money?
I have 31,000 gold pieces.
You want to give me another D10?
Of course, I'm keep roll high for this. I couldn't roll high for the other stuff. That's actually more expensive than the fire giant belt.
Not if the table I have goes the other way. Oh, but yeah, that sucks. Do you have any items you would trade as well?
I have this bag of coin holding.
Okay. What else?
Force, but I think I can use that for stuff. I have a glaive +2.
Oh. Frank observes as Finelius slides over 10,000 gold coins to Onyx and goes, I tell you what, we will do we will do 40,000 gold. It was 35 before, right? What'd I say? 6? Oh shit, I didn't remember picking it. What'd I say? Let's go to the tape.
Well, the first one, way back in the day, was 65,000, and I didn't have that.
Okay, so he says we will take 40,000 gold cash in that you said the +2 glaive.
Yeah.
And we will give you the fire giant belt.
Okay.
And so he'll take the gold and he'll slide it into the hole, and he'll take the glaive and he'll slide it into the hole. Is there anybody else who'd look for something to purchase from the store? Wonderful items.
I'm gonna beckon Frankie over.
I really can't leave the table.
Oh, God. I wander over to him and then close and I say, hey, Maggie, you don't think that you've got maybe a magic flute or something that I could afford with my pittance?
What type of flute you looking for?
Okay, so when I said magic flute, was that perhaps not descriptive enough?
With some pipes of hunting?
Is that a magic flute? It sounds pretty magical.
Sounds pretty fluty.
Fluty tubes.
I don't know if I can play them. Pretty sure I'm only proficient in the flute and the viol.
Alright, so we'll find an instrument of the bard's Das Flute.
Oh.
He goes, alright, for you, buddy, it'll cost 2 million gold.
So can I put that on my tab, or...
Did you just ask to put that on the tab?
Frank knows full well that any tab Scandal has will not get paid. Even especially imaginary ones.
It's actually not that expensive of an item for most people, but for you, Frank hates you and loves you.
I mean,
give me a D6.
A D6?
I'm sorry, 2D10.
That's not a D6. 9.
That's funny that you got 9 when talking about Das Flute. It'll cost you 12,500 gold pieces.
Oh, wait, how much money did I just get?
0.
Oh, that's a lot of my money. Wait, is that a lot of my money? I think that's a lot of my money. Am I just stupid? No, that is 12,000
and a half.
And a half. Yeah, that is a lot of my money.
12,500 gold pieces.
But a magic loot. It's pretty cool. Sure, why not?
Alright. He hands you,
Sure.
you're gonna have to write this into your bag or into your thing. I don't have this item either because it's Das Flute. And actually, let me see if I have the item. Okay. Anybody else want to purchase something while this chucklehead figures out how to carry it to him?
Abby-chan is wondering if maybe there is a necklace of prayer beads she might be able to buy.
Necklace of prayer beads?
Yes, necklace of prayer beads.
Go ahead and give me 2d10.
Abby-chan got 5.
Ooh, poor Robbie John. It's going to be 9,000. He goes, we have one, and the current rate is 9,000 gold pieces. And he says, what? He pauses, he looks to the side, and he goes, wait, what's that? It'll be 7,000 gold pieces.
Abby-chan will take it.
I put a necklace of prayer beads in your bag. All right, I'm going to type on your sheet in just a second. While I'm doing that, you peasants chat amongst yourselves, have a conversation, get to know each other.
Don't we already know each other?
Regrettably for you.
Abby-chan does not know if she likes you yet.
You'll find out soon enough. The answer will be the same as always.
What?
A resounding but glorious no.
Well, Abby-chan thinks that maybe if your attitude wasn't so stinky, more people would like you.
Perhaps that's the reason my attitude is the way it is in the first place.
Abby-chan goes from being sassy to being, worried. And she goes up to Scandal and whispers, "Who hurt you?"
Please, nobody hurt. Well, I suppose there is
Abby-chan doesn't know.
You're quite close with Abel. Who hasn't Abel her?
Should be another perception check, Scandal.
I'm doing it. I'm on it, boss. 21.
I'm going to send you a whisper. No, I'll say it out loud. Only you notice a pair of familiar-looking eyes kind of narrowing at you from beyond Rabbi Jane's shoulder.
Hurt in the, biblical sense?
Now they look confused. They went from menacing to confused.
I also look confused.
Abby-chan is confused, but she feels like she might also be offended. She's not sure why.
But let's put it this way, Ravijan. Everybody loves a good gossip and a scandal, but no one would admit it, would they?
Abby-chan guesses that is correct.
Of course. And what is a scandal if nothing but a bundle of overblown lies?
So, you lie a lot?
That's rather personal business, don't you think, Ravijan?
I would think that he lies at least once every day when he goes to bed.
I nod.
Ravi-chan feels like it might not really only be personal business, considering Mr. Scandal is supposed to be helping Ravi-chan and her friends in things that are life-threatening, potentially.
I wouldn't sweat the details. I'll make sure you make it through all right. I won't at all, actually, but I'll make sure that I make it through all right, and then I can do my job.
I think Ravi-chan has decided she doesn't like you.
As it was foretold. That, my dear, makes you a good person.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. He does a bow.
Rabbi John squints suspiciously and then pointedly walks away from you.
He waves goodbye.
Eyes dissipate from your perception. Does anybody else have anything else they would like to buy? Roland's out, Basil's shop, Mal's shop, Onyx's shop, Croc is not shop. Croc has shop.
You have seltzer water?
He hands him some seltzer water.
Can I keep the mints as well?
Oh, you
I take the
absolutely can keep the mint.
I just take the tin and the seltzer water. Well, we're just handing out money?
Not to you.
Woo!
I turn into Finn and line up behind one of the other Finns. There's like, what, 2 of them right now? How many Finns are there currently?
Just one here.
Just one? It's gonna be hard to blend in.
Does anybody else have any business for Abel's Emporium of stuff? Okay. With that, Frank opens or gestures to a door that appears somewhere near here.
Oh, you guys hear that beep?
Beep.
There's like an alarm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the get out of my shop alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Scandal just heads straight for the door and says, well, goodbye, Frank. Tell Francesca I said hello.
A door opens up, and through the door you can see the dining room of the Humble Beginnings, just waiting there in all its glory.
That's really odd.
Yes, and a terrible breach of security. And I walk through.
I'll have to agree with Scandal. This is very scandalous that this can occur. And I go ahead and walk through.
I appreciate the wordplay, but do not implicate me.
As you guys go through, before you step through, Phenilius, Frank looks at you and goes, "See? We're going to be co-workers one day. Look at my talent."
I believe you, and that's it. As I walk out.
Nope, he doesn't need anything else. He knows where to find you when he wants you. All right, you guys are whooshed back to the Humble Beginnings. Wayne and Garth show up and go, "Diddly-oo, diddly-oo, diddly-oo." The TV lines squiggle, and you guys pop back in the Humble Beginnings with your new gear. There's your reward for a DM who definitely knows he does not give enough stuff to you guys. How was that?
I like my new flute. I'm going to beat someone to death with it.
I apologize already. Just saying I'm sorry.
I like it.
You're very strong, and I'm a little terrified. Ron's Ion Stone bothers me a little bit.
I know I should have taken haste.
All right, so what do you guys want to do? You're back in the Humble Beginnings. You guys, it's been a couple days. Basil's gone. Are you guys going to let him be gone?
I think I need like an hour. Wait, is it like an hour to attune to stuff?
It's a short rest.
Well, Scandal will suggest that you may be.
The shopping trip wore you out, buddy?
Yeah, talking to Frank and all that.
You guys come all back, and Brack goes, "Anybody get anything good?" What'd you got? Oh, you look like you're actually strong for once.
No, I've always smelled this way.
No, like you're stronger. Like you pick stuff up better.
Yeah.
Let's see. That guy's playing a flute. Phenilius is an alcoholic who helps people.
I can't believe you just called me that guy.
Rabbi Jan's got some beads.
Very perceptive, Breck. Are you trying to prove that you can pick up things as well as Onyx?
Anyway, moving on. Breck's like, "Oh, you also got a light sword."
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What
It's
else?
small.
You got a receipt, Brock? What's a receipt for? Did you give him a jacket to clean?
That's exactly what I did. He's gonna clean something up for me, really nice.
Mm-hmm. And you got a rock. Oh, you're gonna make a magic user mad at that one. Appropriate that the dirt guy gets a rock. So let's break it down to you. You got one of your guild members who's gone.
And he's not in the Emporium.
Mm-hmm. Not in the Emporium. What are you guys gonna do about that?
We did a thorough search of the Emporium. He's not there.
I don't think you searched at all.
I remember someone briefly mentioning that you lot fraternize with dragons, and that they might be useful in locating Blue. Was that a falsehood, or?
Well, I don't fraternize with dragons. That's those chuckleheads.
I know, Breck. You fraternize with very few people.
Yeah, too many. Once the people aren't kids anymore, they're just no good.
That's not a good look, Breck. I'll pick your wording very carefully next time.
I like to spend all of my free time hanging out with the youth.
Right, because they haven't learned any better yet, I
The
suppose.
only companionship I appreciate is from a young mind ready to be molded.
Scandal just raises an eyebrow.
Once they're about 15, I just don't like them no more.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
What are you guys talking about?
It's not really meshing well with the whole puppeteer thing. You're definitely going to need a PR agent.
You don't put puppets out for adults, do you? I'd rather not go to an adult puppet show. Last time I tried to do that, I learned a few things.
You probably do to learn something once in a while, Breck.
I think you're the chucklehead who made me go to that.
Yes, well, perhaps I don't want my only friend to have his skull hollow for the rest of eternity.
All right, Basil is gone.
Yes, we've well established that.
He slaps you on the shoulder and says, make it not a thing.
As if he could reach.
Fine, he slaps you in the back of the knee, whatever.
That's a knee slap. I'm trying to work on it, but I don't know these dragons. We could, I don't know, ask around, see if anyone's seen an ancient blue dragon just fly off carrying a tiny man. Is he small?
No, he's a regular sized man.
He would be small compared to the dragon.
Oh, yes, exactly.
And somebody did see him fly off with them.
Yes, but we don't know where, so we can't go get him.
Yeah,
Perhaps we'll have to do some interrogation.
We were in Diboldar, and they said he went that way.
Which way is that way?
He points the exact same way they pointed whenever they told us, even though we're not in the same spot. He points in the right direction. That's great.
I thought the problem was that they travelled through a portal. Or
They
something.
did. He pointed up.
Oh, I see. Right, so you're not very helpful, are you?
You asked, I told you. And they saw him.
Quite frankly, I disagree with that assessment, but very well. Well, we can't exactly just go up until we find him.
Why not?
I don't know how to have a conversation with you.
Okay. See, you open your mouth, and then you start saying something from, inside your, throat, and then it comes out as words.
Yes, I'm understanding what you're saying, but honestly, I think opening my mouth was my first mistake in this situation.
We've been saying that since we met you.
Most people do.
I find giving him a chance to respond is a mistake.
Well, look, personally, I think just going up until we see this dragon hanging around with his dinner is not the best idea.
Well, Onyx, we did it again. We let him respond.
Would you prefer if someone else responded?
I like that these guys are bullying you so much, Scandal. What did you do to them?
Surprisingly little thus far. One of the few times I don't think it's warranted. Look, do you have any leads other than up?
That way.
Which way do you point? Is it up again? I swear to God.
Yep.
You guys were talking about going back to the desert and seeing if he's there. Because that's where we saw him first.
I mean, perhaps. As I remember, the druid had little luck in discovering his actual location when he scryed upon him.
That's true.
Possibly, the way I see it, we could either wander the desert until we die or find what we're looking for, or we could perhaps do a little bit of research at the library and see if there's any information on Blue's old abode, assuming he is an old dragon. Otherwise, we could try speaking to your dragon acquaintances, assuming they're also old dragons.
Okay, so talking, going to a library, and going to the desert. Desert it is.
Abijam feels like she vaguely remembers somebody talking about the whole talking with the dragons we know thing before.
I have to say, I do think that's probably going to be the most fruitful.
Abijam agrees.
Also, I kind of just want to talk to a dragon because I think it'd be fun.
You know who he needs to talk to?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not that dragon.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's certainly ominous, but intriguing.
So, does anyone know how to talk to dragons?
Okay, I just explained it to Scandal. You open your mouth.
Mr. Onyx, no.
I speak Draconic, if that's what you meant.
Well, that's good, but Abijam was more so wondering, how do we get in contact with them?
Talk to Nina, she's right there drinking.
Perfect.
Maybe if we walked around the desert yelling, I have a lot of gold, over and over again, will attract its attention.
Abijam feels like that might be the wrong attention, but she's gonna go talk to Miss Nina.
Well, it would attract my attention, so you're certainly correct on that verdict, Miss Abijam.
You make Abijam nervous.
Perfect.
Alright, Abijam is gonna go talk to Nina and see if she can get a little info about how to contact dragons. What's their phone number?
118.
867-5309.
No!
Nina's at the bar drinking.
So, is Nina, like, super drunk? I know it's relatively early in the day, or at least it was when we left.
Have you ever seen Nina super sober?
Well, is she coherent, is my question.
Why don't you try chatting with her?
Okay, Rabajan will walk up to Nina somewhat tentatively and kind of clear her throat to try and get Nina's attention without startling her.
I'm not a toddler. You don't have to worry about scaring me. But you do have to have a shot. Bartender! And she puts a shot in front of you and just looks at you.
Rabajan will take the shot and act like it was nothing.
I didn't see it. One more! Bartender! And the dwarf comes up and he puts a shot in front of you. And Nina, she slams hers and looks at you expectantly.
Rabajan takes a shot again and again acts like it was nothing.
And she'll go, this is fun! And she'll bring out a flight of shots. So there's 7 shots lined up in front of either of you. Go ahead.
Rabajan looks a little bit worried with her choices, but she will do another shot and act as though it was nothing, and then blink really hard a couple of times and shake her head quick. Then she will turn to Nina and say, Miss Nina, Rabajan was wondering how we contact the dragon people that we found in the caves and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm having a hard time hearing you over the sound of your full shot glasses.
Rabajan will take another shot, and she will not hide its effects this time.
You got 5 more. She pushes the rest of the flight in front of you.
Rabajan takes a very deep breath.
I love that I, at some point in time, decided Nina was a raging alcoholic and who demands drinking alcohol to get information from her.
I thought you only raged in fights.
Would have to ask Basil.
That's true.
Rabajan will pick up another shot, kind of half pout at Nina, and then take the shot.
And as you take one, she's matching you for shot on her flight. Are you gonna finish all the flight, the rest of the 4?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
As Rabajan is downing the shots, I look at Nina and I go, yes, boss. Really encouraging a healthy work relationship, aren't you?
Rabajan rolled a 10.
Oh, you are now poisoned. You have the poison condition,
Okay.
which will come into play later.
No, it won't.
Oh, it will. Yeah, I like the skull and crossbones because it's scariest. And Nina will stop and look at you, Scanlan, and go, "You better get up to the bar."
I disguise self as a stretched out Breck and I say, sorry, I can't reach.
If I have to get up, sir.
I waddle over.
As you get to the bar, you see 7 shots lined up in front of you.
Oh god. I do the shots.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
This is
6. 6.
This is the kind of crap that this is why I don't play a divination wizard, because I would be like, oh, you rolled a 1. Sorry, bro.
really disappointed that my palest skill can't come in here, I don't think. Not sure that it would make a difference anyway. I guess that's D12 actually.
Okay, so looking here, and you are also poisoned.
Yeah.
And you Ralph, right onto the floor next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just you. I think that's a Saul thing.
Yeah.
Because
probably.
Basil puked a lot too.
No, I don't really drink, so maybe that's why.
That's fair. Okay, so Nina goes, you're trying to contact the dragons. And what are you trying to do? Which dragon do you want me to try to contact with? Talking to Rabajan.
Rabajan likes the first dragon. First dragon that everybody found was nice silver dragon.
How about the copper dragon? Or is it brass? One of those two.
Rabajan made a rhyme for the brass dragon so she would remember that he's a pain in the Kachukis.
Cat rhymes.
Well, which one do you want?
Rabajan thinks the brass dragon.
Is that Nordak the Silly?
Yes.
I feel like I get confused about which one Nordak is every single time.
You guys are making me do this because it's very hard to speak as Nordak.
Well, we're doing it because Scandal wanted to talk to a dragon.
Well, now Scandal is drunk and going to talk to Nordak.
So she has a bracelet, and on that bracelet are multicolored beads. And she takes the one best resembling brass, and she just removes the bead. She pulls it, and the bead kind of plops off, and then she smashes it. And she says he'll be here tomorrow, within the next day.
When the bead smashes, I go, "What you doing? That was good booze, love."
She looks at you real confused and goes, "Man, you drink a lot."
Of course I did. It's a Monday, probably.
All right, so she says, "Just be here by the morning, and you should have a dragon to talk to."
Well, I suppose that's fair.
Wait, morning? So Robbie-chan has time to drink more?
Oh, darling, you have time to drink a lot more.
Yay!
You don't sound very excited.
Robbie-chan feels a little wobbly, guys.
That's it. We're all having a drinking contest. But to start,
Let's go.
everybody has to drink 7 shots, so we're all even to start off with.
Yes.
No, come on, I could take 8 more. I can't, but I want them.
Okay. She looks at you, Fenilius, and goes, "You don't teleport away. And don't use one of your clones. The real Fenilius, sit at this bar. Roll on over here. Grok, not fake Grok, and Onyx, sit down. We're doing this." And then you hear yell up and go, "Grok, get your ass down here."
I just take them.
Onyx drinks the 7 at one time.
Is anybody going to refuse the drinking contest?
No, Grok will go ahead and do the drinking.
Yeah, as soon as a drinking contest was mentioned, Fenilius bolted, leaving Fenilius 2 to participate.
She's drunk. She won't know the difference. So everybody give me a Constitution saving throw.
Apparently, Fenilius 2 has an extremely good stomach for alcohol. I got a nat 20 for 29.
Oh my god. No wonder you left him.
Simulacrum is going to be participating too, because he's dumb and he thinks he is Grok.
So is Grok and the Simulacrum participating?
Yes.
Rolling down an
Robbie-chan.
11.
Oh, good lord.
Robbie-John and Scandal don't have to roll yet because these are the catching up to you.
Oh, I see.
Grok got an 11 and the Simulacrum got a 27.
Fenilius also is sitting by watching, taking notes.
All right. So everybody managed to pass, and Fenilius actually seems more sober than when he started.
Trust a wizard to get drunk, Rog.
In that point in time, another set of 2 shots gets put out in front of everybody.
I spill the first and drink the second.
When you spill it, another one gets placed in front of you.
I do love this place.
Breck does just fine with his 2 rounds.
So we need to make 2 different ones?
Yes. And Gravine actually ends up more sober after the second round than he did the first one with a natural 20 on the second round and a 19 on the first one. And so everybody give me another save. The new DC is going to be 12.
Robbie-chan got a 17.
Onyx got a 20 and a 24.
16.
Roland got a 19.
Fenilius 2 got a 16.
A couple more
Grok
shots.
got a 12. Simulacrum got a 19.
Grok is the closest one to failing out of all of them. The good news is we're on another round. This is going to put us up to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shots. And this is going to be a DC 15.
Oh.
You notice Nina keeps putting these back and doesn't even seem affected.
16.
Robbie-chan got a 21.
Here it is. Fenilius 2, nat 1, 10.
Onyx rolled a 7.
Oh dear.
Roland got
Grok
an
got
18.
an 8. Simulacrum got a 13.
All right, so Grok, which one got the 13?
Simulacrum.
The Simulacrum is retching up all the drinks he just got. Onyx is retching up all the drinks he just got and the food he ate at breakfast. Brack is actually retching right there as well. Gravine is holding strong. Nobody expected him to make it this far into the game. And Fenilius. That's a mirror image, right?
No, it's a simulacrum.
Okay, and that changes what I was going to say. Your Simulacrum just starts to cough and hack and vomit and retch, and actually starts to crawl away from the bar. He's done. The random server will kind of help take him over to the collective Fenilius group.
The council.
Council of Fen.
The council of Finn aliases.
Everybody who failed, step away from the bar. Everybody who's still in, go back to the bar.
Technically, I puked at the start, so.
Simulacrum's gonna go into self-defense, being drunk.
Also, everybody who failed, you're now poisoned.
If I'm poisoned, do I need to make to save with disadvantage? Because I haven't been doing that.
Ooh, you do now.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't do that either, so I will start.
That's great. That is great. Next round, 3 more shots. And the DC is going to be an 18.
Oh, Robbie John failed hard. She got a 7.
I got a 6.
Roland got a
I got
23.
20. Grok got a 25.
Scandal looks around at all the people that have, tapped out, and he laughs and he says, "Oh, what are you all, a bunch of 5-year-olds?" And he scoops up his drinks and downs them, and then when he swallows, he goes, retches them.
Alright, Gravine stumbles over to the table with Brack over to the Familius Collective, or the Council of Fins.
I told you, it's the Council of Fin Aliases.
Just you decide. This leaves Grok, Roland, and Nina.
When Robbie John takes her final shot, she's going to throw it back, make a face, and say, 5-year-olds take naps, and then proceed to fall backwards off her bar stool, already asleep before she hits the floor.
Before you hit the floor, a mysterious gnome cook almost appears out of nowhere, and he catches you and gently lowers your head to the ground. Alright, so I need Roland and Grok to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 22, as 5 shots are lined up, of 30-year-old Dwarven Scotch.
Grok got a 25.
Roland got a 13.
Roland, you are now poisoned. Go ahead and give me one more Constitution save to see how bad you're sick. You get this extra Constitution save because you're an alcoholic.
16.
You are awake, you throw up, you definitely want some greasy food. Off to the Waffle House.
Server. Bacon. Lots of it.
I want you to go back there and cook all the bacon, or bring me all the bacon you have. And then you grab his hand. No, I don't think you heard me. I'm afraid you heard me say, "Bring me a lot of bacon," and I said, "Bring me all the bacon you have." Hello, Ron Swanson. You're out. You're poisoned. And then this is gonna leave Grok. Nina's gonna look at you and go, "Oh, an alcoholic, huh?"
I guess so.
She goes, "Do you know what the halflings call a beer bong?"
A half bong.
Wonderful attempt.
They bring out a pony keg that's got a tap on it, and she tips it over the side. She rips the tap off and shoves a hose in there. And she brings you over and lays you down on the floor. You don't really get to participate. She just brings you over and lays you on the floor, shoves the whole hose in your mouth, and she goes, "Don't come up for air until the keg's open. You're empty."
Can't just put a turtle on his back.
Ooh, very strong and drunk. She can do whatever she wants, unless you want to try to convince this that what she's doing is wrong.
If I did it, I wouldn't look like Scandal.
Alright, so she just starts it. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. The DC is still 22. But let me pause you for a second. I need you to make this Constitution saving throw.
I'm just about to hit submit.
I want to celebrate this victory with you. Nina will crown you the drinking champion of the Vale.
Hold on, don't announce anything.
Okay, no result has been announced. A roll has been made.
Finilius also, who's been watching, has foresaw this moment earlier after taking his long rest. And so Grok's roll is a 17 plus 9 for 26.
Wonderful.
Grok starts. Okay, so Nina grabs him down. I'm excited. I'm so happy that you did this. I snuck an inspiration into your character before, Rick, for some stuff you did, and I wish I could give you 2. You have a super inspiration. It doesn't mean anything different other than I appreciate. Grok gets drugged and put on his back. Is it Grok, right? Grok's the one, not the Simulacrum.
Yeah, it's Grok.
Grok gets picked up by this tiny halfling barbarian, put on your back, slid because there's vomit and beer on the floor, over to under the thing as she shoves this hose in your mouth. You have no idea what's going on. She shoves the hose in the tap and she just lets it go. And it's a pony keg of beer coming at you. And she's like holding you down and holding this hose in your mouth. And at some point in time, you start to gasp and want to come up for air. And then anybody who can give me a perception check greater than 15, not rolling. Oh, that natural 1. He is too busy worried about those waffles. Oh, Rabijan had a nat 20, but remember, she's drunk, or she's poisoned, so she's got a 16, which is enough. Finally, you don't have to do it. You are part of the thing. Sorry, but you got a 26 with your great perception. Onyx,
Got a 9.
Ron's got a 9. Other Grok got a 14.
That's the simulacrum's in the shell, sleeping now. Remember?
Okay.
Aw.
That's poor
So-
Grok.
So, Rabbi Jan and Grok.
Scandal got a 30 as well.
A 30? Was that a disadvantage?
Yeah.
It wasn't. Okay, Scandal, Grok, and Rabbi Jan. Out of the corner of their eyes, they see the air swirl around what they now know to be the original Phanilius. And his eyes glaze over white. And all of a sudden, Grok is downing this drinks like a champion. And he finishes the entire pony can. At which point in time, Nina, much like a frat boy, throws her arms up. Her maul goes flying because she was holding it. Freaks out. She slaps the keg off the bar. Onyx, give me a dexterity saving throw, which would just be a straight throw, I think, right? Give me an acrobatics. No, it's a dexterity saving throw. As this keg comes careening at you.
Yeah, because I would have advantage on dex saves. So
That's
would
a
be
straight, a natural 20. Onyx almost cartwheels out of the way and catches this keg and sets it on the table. As Nina slaps it out of the way, she picks you up by your shell. She kisses you on your turtle face, right? Which is impressive because you're much taller than she is. And she goes, "You are the greatest member of this guild." She starts chanting your name, and like you would at a party. Grok, Grok. She's hitting the table. Grok, and she looks at you guys expectantly. Grok, Grok, Grok. And she's getting hyped up. You guys join in on the chant.
Yeah. Grok.
Yeah.
Phineas too, and Phineas also awkwardly join in.
After that, she hoists you. She basically she throws you up on her shoulders, and she starts running out of the bar. Give me a dexterity save, Grok.
I have to buy a new table. I'm not used to my new strength, and I was doing that, and I smashed this table.
All right.
Oh no.
Grok, give me a dexterity save.
I want to interrupt. Before when she says that I am the drinking champion of the Vale, I want to look at her and say, "But now you owe me a drink. You're one behind."
Okay. She doesn't hear that as she's throwing you on her shoulders and runs out. Oh, and you make a dexterity saving throw. Never had a game with more clutch and important natural 20s than this one.
Arguably true.
And arguably.
Honestly, for the lives of our characters, not a single one of them mattered.
What do you mean?
I don't think you
If this was a combat, we would have taken a tough combat and made it a cakewalk with all these crits. But because it's a social interaction, way less important.
Social interactions are more important. How dare you?
Nina just got that much more willing to die for you.
Nina will give her life. You, as she goes to run out of the door, you realize that with on Nina's shoulders, even though it's a little boost, it wasn't a big door as this building was made by a dwarf. You were going to have your face smashed into the wall above the door for the humble beginnings. Instead, you choose to be a Ninja Turtle as you cartwheel off her shoulders and remind her again that she owes you a drink. To which point in time she stops, jumps, turn around. She looks at you so excited. And she goes, "I've never had somebody say that to me." And she runs, dives, and slides under where the cake should be. And she eagerly awaits somebody to give her the hose so she can have her shot or her drink in the cake.
And Onyx will do that for her.
And then she drinks it. And she
I'm
gets
looking
up.
for a way to screw her over with her drink.
She has a reason she never makes a save when it comes to alcohol.
Never makes a save?
Nope. She can drink all the alcohol in the world, and she gets done with it. She stands up, and she looks as sober as she ever has.
That is to say.
So, she gets excited, and there will be some in-game effects for the new crowned king of the alcohol, Grok.
King of the grog.
Grok, king of the grog.
I will use minor illusion to create trumpets and fanfare.
Perfect. So then the rest of the evening goes, or the rest of the day goes pretty simple, and you guys have a much needed, just fun night. You've spent many nights fighting and dying and almost dying and trying to save just the entire world from a very dire predicament. And very rarely, if I would dare to say hardly at all, have you guys had an evening which has just turned into a fun night of revelry for each other to enjoy yourselves. There's laughter. Maybe you guys are exchanging some stories. You guys are sharing food. The gnome is cooking food for everybody. Anybody who wants to continue drinking, the drinks are flowing. Nina's there, Gravine's there, Brack's there. The entire guild at some point in time comes in and out and celebrates with you guys. Townsfolk are coming in, and you get to take a moment to realize the changes that you've had in the Vale, right? If you remember when you first came here, there was no defense security force. The population was a fraction of what it is now, and things have updated. So reflect back to this little hovel that this was, where people were getting kidnapped. And then you took the very kidnappers and turned them into a security force. You guys now have one of the most endangered species, mammal species in the world living here, as there are elephants within your gates, and you have an elephantine people here to take care of those. You've brought together cultures and background. Onyx's people are actually currently building a underground town, right? There's actually currently being a underground kind of community being built. He's relocating his family under Centervale. Okay, so there's almost another entire town growing up. Not only that, in doing that, he started to make contact with the Dwarven nations that are located under the ground that you guys have hardly interacted with. You guys have bridged a connection with the Elven kingdoms, right? Princess
Lunemi.
Thank you. Yeah, the delicate flower has made great strides to unite both the High and the Wood Elves through marriage. And while the marriage hasn't happened yet, it's been progressing, and there's been a lot of great talks going through with that. Phenilius has started and developed and almost completed probably the third greatest library that people know about, right here in the Vale, that has books and ancient elven tomes that humans and halflings and gnomes and dwarves haven't had access to. But now there's this wealth of knowledge growing. And Centervale is not only a trade hub because of the extra security and location. Not only has it become sort of a trade hub, but now it's becoming a cultural hub as different races start to move in. And with this great trade and this culture, ideas are developing and different securities are set in place. So different types of economy is happening as well. Craftsmen and tradesmen are starting to move in because they've got protection and opportunity and people coming in and out so they can build their trades. This town is not only growing, but you're starting to develop a hub of hope and a very terrified place. Like the defenders have done a lot of weird and random things, but through those you have secured a place of peace and a beacon of hope and a hub of growth for this new developing world. And even though you've had some major setbacks, like Diabaldar being destroyed by a blue dragon and a companion running off and talking trash to a blue dragon by himself, huge dumb idea. You've had a lot of great strides forward as well. Phenilius' father is closer than ever to unlocking the creation and reintroduction of the Warforged race back into the world. Like there's all sorts of great things going on. Because of all the things you do, all of these other great achievements are possible. The cure for the next plague could be developed because of the education, received in Centervale, right? World hunger could be completely wiped out because some crafty farmer has come up with a way to grow crops in places that aren't supposed to grow crops. Peace could be brokered between the races because somebody's kid went to this town to learn from the library that Phenilius' family now holds here. There's so many potentials and possibilities of exciting breakthroughs have occurred because a couple of chuckleheads got kidnapped by orcs and decided to help form a guild. Good job, guys. And with that, we'll see you guys next time with Defenders of the Vale as we find a way to sacrifice our characters to blue dragons and halflings.
Hi, this is Mallory. I do the voice of Robbie John, and I wanted to say thank you for joining us for another episode of Defenders of the Vale. If you would like to hear more of Defenders of the Vale, you can find us at Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, and pretty much anything else that plays podcasts. You can also find us on Twitter at Defenders Vale and Facebook, Defenders of the Vale. Our episodes come out weekly, and we would love for you to share us with your friends. We hope that you will join us again soon. Thanks again.
I did have a big breakfast. A breakfast might be
He
nice.
slides a paltoid across the table to you.
A what?
A paltoid, so you can get close to your pals.
What?
Also known in the human world as an Altoid.
Altoid?
Right. I'm sorry, you're a foreigner.
Bro, that sounds like a Metroid boss. What the heck?
Altoid is a breath mint. It's rather strong, and stoners like to use them while they stone.
They stone. Oh no, that leads. Oh dear. Okay. Well,
This is not a sentient sun sword. It is just a handle that does. You have a lightsaber, Onyx.
Well, I know, but I pulled up the sun sword and it's like going sentience and stuff like that and personality. I'm like, what?
I see.
Trust me, I'm glad it's not.
No, I'm just looking at the straight roll 20 Sunblade. It's Sunblade, not Sun Sword.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay, yeah.
It is a long sword, so it's a base 1d8 damage, which is weird for you, but that's fine.
Well, I would be using this the versatile part with two hands.
Yeah, you're right. That is, and you can use strength with it. It's +2, and if you fight undead, holy cow!
Pi is not kind to the undead.
I mean, later when Fenilius is the big bad of campaign 2, he won't want to see a sun sword anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Later, like these healing potions aren't spiked. All right, Fenilius.
Or at the end of campaign 1. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to it when we get to it.
For giveaway spoilers, you get an inspiration, Rick. You see Nina reach out, and she has a pouch on her belt, and she pulls out a red and white round object, and she throws it at the ground and says, Nordak, I choose you.
So, how many more sessions of this are we playing? Just asking for a friend.
Are you done? You don't want to play no more? Jeez.
I just might have suddenly become busy at 2 a.m.
Wow. Wow. First of all, I don't care what time of the day it is. You don't seem like the type of bloke to be busy.
I don't use my language like that.
I use it accurately, I think, too.
Yeah,
no.
pretty much. I got a Baby Bell cheese wheel. That was my snack.
That sounds delicious. I got some red vines, one of those chocolate peanut butter nutty bars, an orange creamsicle, and 2 of these pizza roll things I made for dinner.
That sounds very good. I'm more hungry, but I'll wait till later.
I'm always hungry.
I feel that.
I'm always hungry for Cadbury eggs.
I heard they're overrated. Alright. They don't do it for me.
I found a store that was selling them for 50 cents an egg. I bought a box of 50.
Oh god.
Just an unopened display box of all 50.
Too many eggs.
The disgusting part was how long it took me to eat the entire box.
How long?
Less than 10 days.
It's too many. It's too many eggs.
That's about how quickly I'm going through my 5-pound bucket of red vines.
It's too many red vines. I think I've had a red vine once. They don't really sell them here.
Oh, they are far superior to Twizzlers, in my opinion.
I do not know what Twizzlers are.
He's not cool.
Red Vine or Twizzlers?
I know what red vines. Oh, are they the same?
Different brands, same thing.
Nope.
Twizzlers.
They're like the same kind of product, but they're like way different.
Oh, I
They're
think we have Twizzlers.
Same thing.
Oh, it's Hershey's. Red vines.
Let's go ahead and give you guys a roll. It's a percentile dice roll, and I'll roll. All right, so it looks like we've got 95 from our Saul.
Mm-hmm. That's me, our soul.
Alright, Aerosol has to do the recap.
That is my name.
Yeah, Mal, you missed it earlier. He explained to us where he's from. Whenever you're talking, like, is it like terms of endearment type stuff about people?
Yeah. When you're talking about someone you're close to or that's in
Close to.
your family.
You say "r" in front of their name, so he's our soul.
Yeah,
Or he's an arsehole.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Are like our?
Yeah, as in they belong to us. Our, yeah.
Ah, that's cute.
Not when it becomes asshole. Nobody uses ass over here. I can't just play it off.
Well, you kind of walked yourself into that corner, buddy.
I didn't pick this name. That was my mom. I'm not even Jewish. I don't know why she picked a Jewish name for me.
You're it, Tag. You're it. That's why.
A what?
Huh?
What did you say?
Nothing.
I don't even know what to think.
So
I need
hey,
a cup of tea after this.